episode of Coding with Kate, I wanted to give you an update on how the job search is going, and it's not going well. But I had planned a video where I would give my thoughts and impressions on positions that I had interviews for, and then at the end I'd go through all the offers I received or whatever and announce what my new position would be with billing, etc. or whatever. And so far I only had 2 interviews and everything else has been closed out or hasn't had any activity on it. So I at least wanted to give you a summary of what's all happened and then where I'm going with my career and what I'm going to be doing in the future, all that good stuff. So I received a request for an interview for the Patients Account Rep 1 with the lab services, and that interview went well, but I'm not as interested in that specific position, only because it is with the collections team, and that team is at the very end of the billing process, where if there are any balances that need to get paid, it's this position's responsibility to figure out what are any of the options still left to pay for those balances or push into a collections agency. And since it is at the very end of the billing process, that means you don't touch anything with codes. You may see them, maybe, but you aren't working with them or interacting with them. You rarely go into Epic. You don't touch any type of medical documentation. And you're essentially going through spreadsheets of account info and balances that still need to get paid, etc., and working through that. And it's very independent. You don't get phone calls of any kind, but it's very limited in what you work with. And I don't see myself going that route, and I don't think it would be beneficial to take that position to work towards coding, because that would mean, per my hospital's policy, I would have to be in that position for 6 months minimum before I could move on to a different position in the billing department or a coding job, etc. And I don't think it would be beneficial to take 6 months of my time doing something that isn't ultimately going to help me. And then I would be missing out on 6 months of added experience with medical documentation and using Epic, etc. So I haven't received an offer. They said wait 2 to 3 weeks and you'll hear from us, but we're going on to the 4th week now and I still haven't heard anything. So I don't know if I'm going to get an offer. If I do, I'm going to pass. It's just not the right fit, and I don't think that's going to work out. The other position that I received an interview for was a random job that I found within the HIM section, Health Information Management section of our career website. And it was just by chance that I saw it and it sounded interesting, and I read the job profile and I thought it was really interesting. So it's the Clinical Data Registrar position within the Clinical Registries Department. So that's Cancer Registry, Trauma Registry, Joint Replacement Registry, Birth Registry, and I think those are the only ones. I have a video talking about all of that. I'll add a link up here so you all can go to that and learn more. But this position was for the Trauma Registry, and the supervisor was looking for someone that had experience with Epic, medical documentation, abstraction of clinical data, and some type of experience with coding. So I thought, hey, this would be really great to apply because I have a lot of these experiences that they need and skills that they need, and it might be a good fit to work towards coding. But when I went into the interview, and also when I was doing some research on Cancer Registry, because I knew that was within that department, I found it more interesting and it seemed more fulfilling than coding. So I went to the interview with high hopes. I was very excited. The supervisor was very interested in me. She was very impressed with my skills, and she was very interested in me volunteering my time with the department, doing shadowing with the cancer registrars, going to their meetings, etc. And she didn't mind that I technically didn't have a coding position previously, but the fact that I was aware of coding and was certified as a CCA, that was good enough for her, and she was more than happy to train me. But what ended up happening is she had another interview with an applicant who was a certified trauma registrar and was also a coder, so clearly she was the best option. I get it. But the supervisor was very interested in me personally for future positions that will hopefully be coming up at the end of the year or the beginning of next year. So I'm very happy that I made that connection with her and that she and her department are so welcoming of me. And I will also have a video coming out whenever I do the shadowing and going to the meeting. So again, I'll put the link up there when those come out so you can check all of that out. Now, as far as the other positions, the other billing positions that I applied for, they are under review or they're at some point in this application process, but I haven't received any contact from any of them. So I have no idea if I'll be receiving an interview. Who knows? And I applied to 3 other coding positions that happened to come up at my hospital, and 2 of them have been closed out and they are considering other people. Never even got an interview, but it did move past they received my application. So they did review my application, my resume, all that, but they decided I wasn't experienced enough or something, I'm not really sure. And the 3rd coding position I assume will be canceled out very soon. So still nothing with coding, and they aren't or don't seem willing enough to let me volunteer or be involved with the department to help build up my skills, so then when a coding position comes around, I'm qualified for it. They don't seem to care, and they seem to shut me out or not even allow me to contact them. So I'm not getting a very welcoming feeling of they want new people and they want to mentor and train new coders. I'm not getting that feeling, and that's putting me off with coding. And just the fact that it seems at other hospitals and other clinics, etc., it's the same way with new coders. And I'm at the point where I am ready to move on from coding because I see it's not going well. I see the path to a coding position is too difficult, at least in my area, and I don't see it happening anytime soon. And I feel it would be a waste of my time to put everything else on hold and just apply and cross my fingers and hope that I get a position. That isn't logical. I don't see how that is feasible. And I'm at an age where I am more than comfortable with admitting this position or this job, career path of coding is not working, and I'm okay with stepping away and going in a different direction. And just so you all know, it's okay to do that. You don't have to go along with your plan of getting a job or getting in a career and you either don't get a position or you do and you don't like it. That doesn't mean you have to stick with it. You can move to a different career path. There's nothing wrong with that. Just know that you've amassed many skills and experiences that are going to help you in the future. So it's not a bad thing, and I am comfortable with that. I don't see that as a bad thing. And I'm going to say obviously within the healthcare field because that's where my skills are and that's where my passion is and my interests, and the cancer registry and just clinical registries at my hospital uses many, if not all, of the skills that I've compiled in medical records and with coding. So it's not like I'm throwing away everything I've done. I can use all of my skills and experiences, and it fits perfectly and neatly with working in the registries department. So I think it's a great fit, and that is definitely what I'm going to be going into. So I think I covered everything as far as an update. If you have any questions on what I'm doing, post them in the comments below. Just know I will have videos coming out talking about the registries, cancer registry, trauma registry, and then also documenting the process of taking the cancer registry courses through HEMA, how that's going. And then also once I do the shadowing and all that stuff, I'll be making videos talking about how that went, what I learned, etc. So if you have not done so already, subscribe to this channel so you can get notifications on all the videos that I post so you're always in the know. Also comment below again if you have any questions about what I'm doing. Post them down there and hopefully I can answer them. And also like this video if you liked the topic and what I covered. And I'll see y'all later. Bye!